Hi there, thanks for joining me for another tutorial in Melinda's Rubber Room. I'm Melinda Pierce and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here today to show you how to make this fun fold card. This was one that we did in our Zoom class a couple weeks ago. That's a Zoom class that I have every Wednesday from 10 a.m. to noon. All the information's on my Facebook page if you'd like to join us. So this one here I did using the Adventurous Sky bundle and the coordinating cards designer series paper. And this one I used the Citrus Blooms stamp set and coordinating dies, as well as the coordinating designer series paper. All right, the one that I'm doing now is going to be a little bit different. I just received my Magnolia Mood stamps and dies, and I wanted to play with those, so that's what I'm going to be using today. So this is an online exclusive, so if you haven't seen it in the catalog, that is why. So make sure you check out the my online store to see all of the latest and greatest stamp sets and dies that Stampin' Up! Is coming out with. There's lots of great items on there that you won't normally see. Okay, so this one is going to be a little bit different because I wanted the Magnolia die, it's so beautiful. I wanted this to really pop on the card. So I did away with some of the mats, actually all of the mats, and I'm only using the designer series paper. So I started with a piece of cardstock that measures 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4 and 2 1/8. And you're just going to fold it like a Z card. So it's going to be a mountain fold, a valley fold, and then a mountain fold, just like that. And then I have another piece of cardstock, and this measures 8.5 by 2 1/8, and it's scored at 4 1/4 and 2 1/8. And that is going to be all mountain folds. It's going to go like that. Okay, so I am going to use my designer series paper. This piece measures 5 by 3 3/4, and that's going to go right here on the inside. Now, if you wanted to put a mat underneath, that would be 5 1/4 by 4. And so again, I'm just going to glue that directly onto my base card. This paper that I'm using is this gorgeous paper. It's called Country Woods. And beautiful wood type prints on here. Both sides are just gorgeous paper. Great for just any kind of card. I think I always go towards masculine cards with these wood prints, but they really can go for anything at all. So I love this one. Such pretty colors in here. So make sure you check that out as well. And that is on the online store, along with everything else that I'll be showing you today. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and glue this piece of designer series paper down. So I had cut my designer series paper out, assuming I was going to use the mats. So it's a little bit smaller than I would normally use for a mat, or for a designer series paper on there, but it works. Okay, so then I have a piece of designer series paper that measures 5 1/4 by 1 7/8, and that's just going to go right down here. I think I'm going to, I'm going to go ahead and glue that straight down on there. You want to make sure you have all these papers glued on first before you put the mechanism on. That's going to go right like so. And then this piece here, I'm going to go with a piece of white cardstock, and this is the size that you would have as the mat on this side as well. And this measures 5 1/4 by 1 7/8. So if you're going to use a mat, you would make 2 of those, one for this side, one for this side. And the reason I'm putting white in there is so that I can write a message right here, because that's kind of the only place that you can really write a message, unless you do it on the back, of course. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue that down. so. And then I have my mechanism, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece and fold it in half, and I'm just going to shave off a little bit on this, on the edge, and that will help have it lay down easily. It's a little easier to do it this way than trying to cut it to the right size to begin with. So you can see I only cut off, what, maybe 1/8 at the most on both of those sides. So I just folded it in half and then trimmed off the edges. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is go ahead and glue this so that it matches up to this edge, and this side is next to that that center fold line. And I'm just putting this all together here just to make sure everything lies down flat. I can see that it does. If I didn't shave off that little edge, this would actually overhang a little bit, so that's what I was trying to avoid. Okay, so I'm just going to turn this over and put some glue just on the little X here and glue that down. You want to make sure you're not putting glue on that whole slide, on that whole piece, otherwise you're going to glue your card shut. Okay, and then this side I'm just going to put glue on this square here. I'm going to fold that down, put it right down in the corner, and then make sure my card folds down completely. There we go. There's the mechanism, just like that. You want to make sure that glue is holding nice and tight before you start playing around with it. There we go. And then I'm going to take my beautiful magnolia die and just put this on like that. I'll try to make sure I can get as much glue down as possible because it is quite fragile. Think of it as like a laser cut die. That's kind of what it's, the impact that you get with this. It's really fine detail. I'm just kind of finding the larger areas of the die to put some glue down. Let's see, put glue on this side. Again, I don't want to put the glue where it's going to overhang or hang over that piece. It's a little big, so I kind of have to put it on an angle so it'll fit. Okay, I'm just going to go back and put a little bit more glue on these edges. Like so, and then I can put some over on this leaf here. So I was trying to debate whether or not I wanted to put this die on or the stamped image that was die cut out, and that's what this one is here. You can see how beautiful that detail is on that stamp. So make sure you check that set out. It's just so pretty. Okay, so there is that completed card. All I need to do is add a sentiment to it. And I haven't decided what I want to use this for. So I can either put a small sentiment right up here or stamp something down here and overhang it like I did on this one. So I think I'm going to wait with that and decide later. And then here's the other one that I did. All right, I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section of my YouTube video, or you can message me on Facebook as well on Melinda's Rubber Room. Feel free to join us on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. to noon Pacific time for the Zoom session. All the details, again, will be on my Facebook page at Melinda's Rubber Room. All right, hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.